car field, so it's going to be full of excitement. A lot of opportunities at the track. We are predicting that weather is going to happen, so it should be a fun watch. Let's go green. T-Bone in the lead on pole, shredding. P2, David, P3, Bubba, P4, strong qualifying efforts from the top 5 drivers. As T-Bone goes into turn 1, very tricky turn 1. They are 3 wide already as they go into the downhill section into Rouge. T-Bone leads him down, and Bubba's in 3rd already with Randy in 5th. They are side by side back there, Bubba and David Menendez. And look at the pack back there. Let's focus on that whole group because they are really racing reckless right now. There's a lot of passing right now. Bubba just went from 3rd to 6th, and now David has passed. And look at Randy. He was 5th on the start. Now he's advanced up to 3rd position. Here comes Steven in the Crown Royal car. He has a nose underneath another car there in the carousel. And look at the racing. A little contact, but my goodness, everybody is hogging that bottom inside line. There's a lot of fast drivers that, you know, we thought would have been up in the front in terms of qualifying effort. You got Isaiah in the back. And you had Randy with a P5 in qualifying time. But now he's in 3rd in a podium position. And T-Bone and Shredding have really got this field. But look at the racing that we have back here. T-Bone has pulled away quite easily. Not surprising. But Randy in P3 with Menendez in 4th, Bubba in 5th. And looks like Randy got a penalty. He got a half-second penalty for track limits. That will cost him. And let's talk about these point standings right now. You have Alex, who is in the points lead at 61 points. You got Steven, -3 from that. Steven's in P6. Alex is somewhere in the back. Let's look. He's in 14th. Not a good run right now. He is in the back with McLovin. And, I mean, in terms of the chase cutoff, let's look at this chase cutoff right now. You have a points cushion of 1 point between Shackett and Joshi. And that points cutoff is very tight, so every point is going to matter between those drivers right now. You got Joshi in P5, and Shackett is in the back somewhere. I believe he is in P9. But there's a lot of racing in the back. They can't really get away from each other. I mean, looks like somebody had a penalty. Steven with a half-second penalty in the fresh Crown Royal scheme. Very nice-looking car on track. And Randy gets another penalty, or I don't know. I don't think he served his last one yet, so he'll probably serve it this time by T-Bone with about a second gap between Shredding and P2. Very strong duo right now. They are not on the same team, but they might as well be on the same team. These guys have a lot of speed heading into every race weekend. They are always 1-2. Too bad Shredding has not been able to make all the races. But if he did, he would easily be a championship contender. Racing for BMW while T-Bone, unfortunately his car is not loaded in. He races in a Chevy. And Randy will, a couple of corners, he will comply and serve his half-second penalty. Nice colors on that car, chrome, silver. But you see the field is starting to span out now. As you see, Steven has not done his penalty stop. Retro in 7th, Husky in 8th. A lot of cars not loading in, I don't know why. And this top 5 right now is going to get swirly right here as Randy will serve his penalty coming out of this corner. David was already closing in on him, but here comes Joshi as well. It's going to be a 4-car battle for this top 3 position right now. You see Joshi and Randy now closing in together. Bubba gets past Randy. He is in P4. Bubba, decent speed this weekend. Same thing with David. David is not raced since Dragon Trail, but he is showing some speed. He is in a podium position right now. Bubba would love to keep his position in P4 in terms of that chase battle. And there are cars sliding all over the track. That is Pokemon. Got a glimpse of the curb, and that kind of got his car a little squirrely. Matthew with a half-second penalty. And Alex, the points leader, not having a good run right now. He is P14, and he's fading. Looks like this gap is decreasing between T-Bone and Shredding. Just a hair. We get the nice camera angle right here. We can see where everybody is at. Well, but these two cars have really pulled away from the field. And you got this battle right here. Look at these cars, the top five basically all fighting each other. Let's go on board with one of them. Go on board with Steven. Right behind Retro. And he puts an aggressive block on him. Aggressive blocks, he kind of gives him a little bumper and he gets shipped out of the way. He did not like that. But really the racing is going on back here. Two by two back here, Husky, two Trackhouse drivers. Paint schemes are not loaded, but I can assure you that they are two Trackhouse drivers. Oh, Shaka got a little squirrely right there. Oh, shit. I'm a little sick, so bear with me for the coughing. And Alex is just not had a good day. Well, he's in P13 right now, but he is falling off the pace. Past Matthew, but he's not having a good day right now. And look at these drivers go through a Rouge. This battle right here between the top five is very interesting. You see McLovin. He makes a pass on the outside of Isaiah. Oh, there, double foul. Retro got a little squirrely off that curb. This is a good camera angle. You see everything. He tries to do a crossover on Isaiah. Isaiah on the inside. He's going to have the preferred line now here. Oh, Retro really getting squirrely. Keeps hitting in the curves, and he gets the half second, or now 1 second penalty from that. Got to keep the car under control. And now he's out of the lane too now. That might be something else. He's really out there. McLovin will get around them. I think the stewards gave him the benefit of the doubt, so they won't give him a penalty for running off the track like that, but that is costly. It's a 1 second penalty. Half second penalty for Husky. And the top five they have calmed down right now. Top two is still relatively close to each other. Let's look at these lap times. Shredding did gain about half a second that last lap, and he is really closer. You can see him, he's in the frame with T-Bone, so that lead is not, You know, he's still staying with him, and we have the threat of rain on the horizon, so all you just got to do is stay within the same straightaway. You can see him, and you still have a chance. They go downhill. Going board with McLovin right now. This is a battle right now between 7th and 8th. He has a really fast lap time right now. Isaiah really hard right there. But he's able to hold on. He gets on the curb. That causes him to get a little squirrely. That is McLovin. Retro's falling off. Alex up to P12. He has made position, so he's trying to salvage as many points as he can right now. Husky had a run on McLovin, but now he got squirrely. And you see this gap right now with P5 is dwindling. I believe they are catching David, so that might be a battle in a couple of laps. On board with Steven as they go into the final right-hander onto the front stretch. And shredding gets a penalty, a half-second penalty. That is going to cost him some time. And T-Bone was gaining time as it was already. He gained about 0.3 of a second that lap, so he was closing in on that lead. We're at lap 7 right now, so this is around the time where fuel might be a concern and tires may start falling off with the tire and fuel settings that we have for this race. T-Bone with a very comfortable lead right now. Shredding has a penalty, so that's going to give David a little bit more help try to get to P2. Bubba in 4th. Good run for him right now. He's going to, he really needs it. Just hasn't had a lot of luck go his way throughout the season. Randy has had a lot of luck to go his way. I wouldn't say luck. He's had very good runs. Daytona 500 winner, and then he could have won the second race of the season, but Steven just came alive, basically became the closer in those final couple of laps at Miyabi. Steven was P5, P6 all day in that race, but he magically came alive when the two dominating cars of Isaiah and Husky, or not Isaiah, Isaiah and T-Bone, they were dominating that whole race at an oval type road course track, and Steven just came out of nowhere and just swiped the win away. You know, Randy had a good strategy, but his tires started to wear at the tail end of the race, and that basically cost him a back-to-back race wins. So a lot of moments throughout the SRL season right now that we won't forget, and we won't forget this. I mean, look at this racing right now. You got Steven and Randy side by side. Randy's going to be on the inside. He may have that, but Steven goes on the outside with a pass for P5. The SRL field, I'm not going to lie, is very stacked. I mean, these guys are always on top of each other. They are always on top of each other in terms of pace. Nobody really gets to pull away. T-Bone, very talented driver, but even he has had some troubles in some of these races. He hasn't been completely dominating every race, but he's dominating this one for sure. Running 29.1s, Very good lap times, very consistent. Shredding is falling off the pace mostly because of that half-second penalty. David in third, Bubba P4, Steven in P5, Randy in P6, Isaiah P7, Husky in P8. And we have our first pit stops of the day. You got McLovin coming in. He is on the soft tires. Remember, we have 2 tire compounds you can change into. In these road course races, you go from mediums to softs. You have to have a required tire change in between both of them. And on fuel right now, it's very interesting. He is not low on gas, but he just wants to change to the tires, I believe. Let's see what tire he changes on. Well, we let that play. Let's go back up to the front. Nothing really going on. Let's go back to the tires. Got 80 fuel right now. He's still on the softs. And I think he was just using that opportunity to gas up his vehicle. McLovin will be P14 coming out of the pits. Rain may be on the forecast right now. And these guys really just are not getting away from each other. A lot of good drivers in this one image right now. Steven, Randy, and Isaiah all have been SRL winners throughout the pass. And they are all battling for P5 right now. Randy gets on the inside with a clean pass. And Isaiah will go to the inside past Steven. Steven falling 2 positions in just one straightaway right there. So Bubba holds on P4, David P3. And that gap is dwindling a little bit, I believe. After the pit by McLovin, Alex is up to P11, so that is a good decision that he has made, or I won't say decision, but a good way getting through the field. He was P15 a couple laps ago, so trying to salvage as much as he can on a very poor performance right now. And it looks like the rain is about to come within the next lap, so these guys, everybody with the mass purge onto pit road. And look at the varying fuel rates. Everybody, P11, P12. P13. McLovin, he pitted before, so now he's going to leapfrog everybody. I mean, he's on the front stretch now. That final right-hander, but T-Bone's coming out on the pits. McLovin, he's going to gain some positions right now. T-Bone comes out already. Shredding comes out. David comes out already. Steven comes out. McLovin is right there. They're going to be competing with P6 and P7 right now. And he will get past them. So this is an interesting strategy. So I don't think he's on the... I mean, let's see what tires these guys are on, because he's on the softs. I guarantee you they're on the softs too. I thought the rain was coming because everybody came down the pit road, so I assume that is why, but no, it was just for fuel. The field is really bunched up now after this whole strategy. Everybody is closer together now. Everybody had different fuel levels, so that is why the field is so packed. And man, oh my goodness, contact between Isaiah and Joshie right there. He goes on the inside. Joshie has the lane, but I think Isaiah, they are side by side still. But Isaiah will get the momentum and he will complete the pass. T-Bone comes to the completion of lap 8, starting lap 9. And everybody up here in the top 9, they are very close together. Husky in P7 really wants to ease that playoff cushion right now. He is about 7 points, I believe, above the cutoff line. Excuse me, 8 points. 8 points above the cutoff line. Did not have a very strong showing at Blue Moon. He finished 11th, I believe, but he's hoping that he can salvage some points right here, right now. And he is racing Randy for position. And they are too wide back there between Isaiah and Bubba. They are racing hard. Still side by side. Look at the clean racing that they're having right now. Isaiah gets the preferred lane right there. Able to make the overtake. And Steven has really leapfrogged himself. He was struggling at the last half of that run. And it looks like Shredding and David that gap is becoming closer. And it looks like it might be raining right now. You see the windshield wipers are activated, so rain is on the track surface right now. And we're probably going to see a mass exodus into pit road because of that. And it's forecasted to be very hard rain throughout the whole race. So strategy is going to play a factor. It looks like Drew, there was a car in the grass. Drew got a little squirrely. He gets out of the way of lap traffic. Steven gets P3 as Menendez had a couple of problems right there with Drew, I believe. I don't know what happened. I got to go back and check. And I am expecting everybody to come in the pit road. Well, not T-Bone. Some drivers had their windshield wipers activated, but now they turned them off. So I thought rain was coming down, but nobody's coming down the pit. So I guess that we'll have to wait. Maybe just a sprinkle. Very false alarm now. Husky gets a penalty. These two are side by side, and yeah, Isaiah gets passed again by Bubba. These guys are really battling. In the back of the pack, they can't really get away from each other. Same thing with Randy and the Husky running their best laps of the race. But Husky has a penalty. There's McLovin and Steven. McLovin on the inside, P3 right now for him as he goes to the inside and he makes the pass. Bro, those dudes in the back are still racing each other. Oh my goodness. Isaiah and Bubba again side by side. They are really racing each other hard. Nobody's really giving an inch. And now David to the inside of Steven. Had a little trouble right there a lap ago, but now he's back on offense, trying to regain positions, and Randy really got squirrely out of that corner. As T-Bone still with a strong performance right now. The lap times have been winding down. It's about a 2:30.609, so not on pace with his fastest lap. And I believe he's coming to the pits. The rain is on the forecast. He comes to the pits. Nobody's windshield wipers were activated, but I believe it's coming out now. I can barely see him. McLovin stays out. He's gambling that it's not going to come down as hard. So he wants to gain some time. Everybody else is too coward, and they go in the pits. McLovin stays out. Will get the lead. David stays out. Husky stays out. Isaiah stays out. They are gambling that the rain doesn't come down, and Justin stays out as well. They are gambling that the rain is not a threat enough to where it causes them to go another lap on soft tires. I mean, basically, they're trying to use this time to gain as much time as possible using those soft tires, hoping that the rain is delayed enough to where it doesn't affect their on-track performance. And you saw on the left-hand ticker, everybody pretty much put their wets on. Isaiah or Husky and David, they're almost too wide right there. They got their windshield wipers on. Let's look on board. Let's see how hard the rain's coming down. Not a lot, so this might be working. I mean, they're going to gain a lot of time. I mean, I can see it now. Let's go on board. Let's see the the raindrops actually on the windshield. It's coming down. You can hear it. Oh yeah, you can hear it. He has about 50 seconds to get back to pit road, and that's how long it's going to take to get back there. But these guys, they don't really got to worry about it. They are on the fresh wets. But let's go back up here because this is going to be entertaining. Seeing these cars limp back to pit road. There's not a lot of rain on the track. It is pouring, but it's not enough to affect the grip levels. From what it looks like, these guys aren't spinning all over the place, and they're gonna get there. Oh man, you see it now on the track. The rain, the mist is coming back up on the surface, and oh wow, they are way off track. Oh my goodness, they are way off track because there's so little grip. McLovin really. Oh yeah, he has no grip, so he's gonna have to really break it hard, and he has to do a U-turn basically to get back in the pit road. Same thing with David, Husky, Isaiah, no grip at all. Oh my goodness, that is the most interesting pit sequence I have seen. Everybody going off the track and basically limping their way back to the to pit road. You see T-Bone right there. I mean, this may not work because. I mean, the leader is already there, and you were hoping to gain some time, but they really had to go slow just to make the pits. And T-Bone on the front stretch, they have still not started their service. He will easily retake the lead. If it was a smaller track, I will understand the strategy, but this is a very big track, so the odds of you to going back to pit road or getting back to pit road on time before the actual rain hits the surface of the track is very low. But you see David comes back out. He has a penalty for pit lane violation. So that's the consequence of that. You know, he had no grip, so he had to come back into pit road, and he gets a penalty because of that. And you see the whole field now. They are back on track. Everybody on the wets. Randy with a half second, adjusting to the new conditions. David still has to serve that penalty. And let's look at this. This is rain racing at its best right now. 3 cars on top of each other. Oh, Steven got a little squirrely. He goes up the track and Isaiah goes to the inside. They are on top of each other in the rain. It's going to be fun. Steven really, yeah, he's out of the groove right now. He cannot break in time. Now Bubba will get past for P6 and Isaiah is P5. They are sideways. And David had a penalty, so he's going to drop down in the running order, as that's going to allow Bubba and Isaiah to gain spots. Steven went off the track. He really recovered. I don't think they'll give him a penalty for that, but man, the grip is very low on the racetrack right now. McLovin with a half-second penalty for track limits, and they are sideways. Oh my goodness. This is so fun to watch. And it looks like Alex has lagged out. He will finish last, and that's not going to be good for his points lead, considering the rest of these guys are having great points days. But very sad break for Alex. Just not a lot of speed today in that car. I mean, let's look at the lap times. Let's see really who's the fastest in the rain right now. We got 2:51 from T-Bone. Well, yeah, that's his fastest lap time in the rain. 2:51.7, 2:50.5. So Randy's going to he's gaining time on T-Bone right now. 2:49.41. So Bubba is really fast right now. He is the best driver in the rain in terms of time. So he's going to gain some spots. He's up to P4. Isaiah had a second penalty. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Bubba is the fastest guy in the rain right now, so watch out for him. I mean, he ran 2 seconds faster than the leaders that whole last lap, so. And these guys, oh my goodness, these guys can't get away from each other. Isaiah and Bubba have been racing all race. Side by side, Isaiah has a penalty, he doesn't care. And Bubba on the inside can't hold the grip. Isaiah has a penalty, so that overtake really doesn't matter. He will serve it right now at the penalty line. Bubba will get the position back. As soon as T-Bone crosses the line, let's see what these lap times are again, because the pace has dramatically changed. I mean, these cars are going really slow now just to accommodate with the low grip. The little grip is on the race tag, 2:59.84 or 851, so that is a little bit better. 2:52, Randy's catching him. Randy's going to catch shredding. He is really on him. 57. Fast lap from Randy. He is the fastest one on the track right now in these conditions. 2:49.625. So Randy and Bubba, fastest drivers in the rain right now. I mean, it changes everything. I mean, T-Bone had a comfortable lead, but now the lead is decreasing. I mean, he still has he still has a big cushion, but I mean, if it stays green, I mean, 16 laps, 2 seconds per lap, losing that lead, that's a lot. So Randy is on the move right now. Randy is catching shredding. You see the interval right there, the distance has dramatically changed. Shredding is not doing that good in the rain right now. He's lost 5 seconds to Randy that last lap, 4.5 around that mark. And Bubba and Isaiah, man, they cannot stop racing. They've been racing each other for 10 laps. They really can't get away from each other. This might be interesting coming up here. We might have a battle for P2. Randy is getting ever larger in Shredding's rearview mirror. I mean, the track is wet. It is completely soaked. I mean, there is no room for error right now. So look at the lap times, 250. 250.5. 247. Randy is cooking in the rain right now. Randy is absolutely cooking. 249.3. 248.4. I mean, these guys, P3 and through P5 right now, they're really cooking in the rain. T-Bone and Shredding are struggling. I mean, the gap is going to get very small right now because these guys, they are closing in. I mean, they're chipping away at that lead ever so slightly. Shredding and Randy are getting real close together. Randy has sights on Shredding down the backstretch. He has him in view. We have completed lap 14 on lap 15 right now. 16 laps to go in this race. We might have a battle on our hands right here. He just dramatically caught him. That is insane. I mean, you see T-Bone at the edge of that frame too. So Randy is really putting on a show right now. He is closing in on these two leaders. We thought these guys were unstoppable the whole race, but the conditions changed, and now we have new players coming into the picture. Oh, what in the world? Looks like Bubba went off the track. He saved it, but that's going to allow Isaiah to go on the inside. And they are side by side. He is sideways. He's going to lose the grip, and Isaiah will get past him for P4. Bubba got in the grass. I assume it was because of the lack of grip on the track from where he was positioning his car. And Randy makes a pass on Shredding for P2. I mean, that's about a 10-second gap, about a 9-second gap between these guys. So I'm not going to give up on Randy. I mean, Randy has been cooking these last 3 laps to chase Shredding. He was about 5 seconds ahead of him. And T-Bone, 250.2. Look at these lap times at the line. He made a pass, so it's going to be lesser than it was for his other laps. And he's about 3/10 faster, so slowly chipping away at the lead. 15 laps to go. We are halfway point of this race. Isaiah in P4 after taking advantage of Bubba's misfortunes. Halfway point in the race. Interesting strategies, interesting change of pace. There's not a lot going on the track right now. I mean, everybody is really spread out, but the mental game and seeing what everybody does is really playing out right now, because Randy has gained about 9 seconds, or he's about 9 seconds behind T-Bone, and the pace has changed. So Shredding and Randy are still fighting for P2. But, I mean, the question is, I mean, do you save fuel or not? I mean, because you can save fuel in the rain. You can really save fuel. You can save a lot of fuel in the rain, because the car is not going as fast as you want it to go anyway. So why not save fuel? Isaiah has not had a win this season. He won 1 race last season, or actually 2. He won 2 races last season, but he has not won a race so far. Kind of had a weird race at Blue Moon. He was trying to extend the strategy by, you know, taking less pit stops than the rest of the field at Blue Moon, but that kind of backfired, and he wound up finishing P8, I believe. He actually finished P7. I mean, we can look at a lot of people's stats right now. Isaiah is really pulled away from Bubba right now from P5. The rest of the field is getting separated. These guys are still kind of underneath a blanket. And T-Bone is picking up the pace. He's picked up the pace. He's answered the call. Let's see what this lap time is from Randy. It might be way faster. Yes, it will be. So it's going to be about a second faster than T-Bone's lap time. So he's chipping away very slightly. I mean, he still doesn't have him in view yet on the straightaway, but he will if he keeps this pace up. They are separated. Not a lot of action on the track right now, so we'll just keep it quiet. Justin comes in for a pit stop for his service. Retro and P11, Pokemon P12, Matthew P13, Drew and P14. I'll just let it play it out. Let's just let the roars of the engines do its thing. Let's focus on a very crucial battle right now. These guys are fighting for pretty much a big position versus P2. As we come to the completion of lap 17, let's see what the lap time is for T-Bone. Might be around 2:59.303. See what Randy's lap time is. 2:48.4. So, yeah, he's closing. He is definitely closing. I mean, about an 8-second differential now. And I mean, as soon as Randy sees him, that's going to be a good sign. He can see him. He's going up on Rouge right now. But it's pretty much going to take perfection for him to really chip at this lead. He's chipped away from strutting. He has gained a lot of time on him. Isaiah has picked up the pace. He is cooking right now. Bubba in P5. Really no man's land. Nobody's around him. Yeah, he's pretty much by himself. 2:48.412, so his tires are starting to heat up and he's starting to make more faster lap times. But everybody else behind him except Shredding, well, I wouldn't say that. Everybody behind T-Bone in the top 5, they're going faster than him based on pace. So it's not over. Got 13 laps left at Spa. Shredding and Isaiah are really getting close together. You see Isaiah, he a 2:45.7 in the rain. That is a very good lap time. I mean, that is almost about 4 seconds faster than T-Bone's lap times, which that is insane pace right now. Isaiah really cooking in the rain. And now he's trying to take away P3 from Shredding. A little bump. He's on the inside. Will he have the momentum to stick it there? He is there. And he kind of muscles his way around onto the curb, makes the clean overtake. Shredding P5, or P4, excuse me. So Shredding, his pace is falling off. The two dominant cars of the day, they are falling off now. Let's see the point of view from Randy. Let's see if he can see T-Bone. You can see him ever so slightly. He's right there, going to the right-hander. Let's look what this lap time is. The T-Bone comes in the pit for more fuel, and Randy will not pit yet. Randy will pass T-Bone off of the pits, and everybody else will come in and pit. So Isaiah and Randy, very interesting strategies right now. They have not pit yet, so they might have been saving some gas. But Isaiah is faster than Randy right now on pace, so that gap is decreasing. So, I mean, if everything plays out, it could be the race for the win right here, because T-Bone is losing pace on Randy and Randy is losing pace on Isaiah. So, top 3 right now, very invariable paces. So you do not know who is going to be in the lead by the end of this race. T-Bone comes out. McLovin had a penalty before pit road. Oh, a little glitched out right there. Isaiah is really catching Randy right now. He is right there. These guys coming to the pits. They will come into the pits. Top three comes into the pits right now. Isaiah gets a penalty off pit road. 3 seconds. That is going to cost him some time. I wish I turned the fucking music off. God damn it, bro. I don't know why this shit is so loud. 'T-Bone is in the lead right now. Not much going on. Isaiah with the 3-second penalty, so that's going to be hurting his chances. I mean, that really hurts because he was gaining on the rest of the field. He was gaining on T-Bone and Randy. He was the fastest driver. Isaiah served his penalty, but he did not lose a bunch. David in P4 now. T-Bone still with the lead. Let's check the lap times. Randy is not. I don't know. The lap time is not updated right now. But still continuous battle to chip away at that lead. Let's go back in the field, see if there's more racing. I mean, Shredding and McLovin, or Shredding and Steven, they're about to race now. Isaiah and Randy are about to fight it out for P2. Man, let's look at the time, 2:48. T-Bone has increased the pace, which is a good thing for him. That increases his chances. They are side by side racing at the line. And Randy, well, Isaiah, they are both running very fast lap time. Well, Randy is falling off. It's about 2:51 right now. Did he get new tires? I don't know. He didn't get new tires, so he's really falling off the pace. Isaiah, the fastest driver on the track right now in terms of the rain, but T-Bone has a huge lead. I mean, about 13 seconds, but that could be because he did not take tires on that last pit stop. Isaiah did. Some of these drivers did take tires. But not a lot going on in the field right now. I mean, these four drivers right here, well, three drivers, P4 to P5 to P6, they're close together, but everybody else, the rest of the field, is very spread apart. David did recently pit. Retro and P9, Justin P10. They have really fallen off the pace, but T-Bone still leading this race. I believe he's almost led every lap. Isaiah in P2 has a faster pace than T-Bone, but he's about 12 seconds back. Going to be a very big ask of him to overcome that gap in just 9 laps. Lap 22, currently right now, 21 laps complete. Not a lot going on in the race, so we're just going to let it play out. For the next race, I will turn off the music because I'm not gonna lie, I did not think it would be that loud and irritating, so I am sorry for everybody having to endure that. 247, 247.9, so T-Bone has increased the pace. Isaiah has lit a fire up underneath his ass, and he's answered the call, so, I mean, this race is pretty much T-Bone's. He can just cruise away. All he has to do is not mess up. And these guys are close together as well. Bubba P6, he was P4. He just dropped 2 positions. Steven and Shredding are fighting with each other. everybody present, pretty much a clean line. You know, I would expect a lot more chaos in the rain because, especially with some aspects of this track, the rain is very, very hard to navigate through. But clean racing, nobody's really dive bombed each other or killed each other or anything like that. And Isaiah gets the penalty, so that's going to hurt his chances. I mean, T-Bone really he can put the car on auto drive at this point because that's a chunk of time Isaiah really can't afford to give up. Randy is off the pace. I mean, compared to the leaders, 257s, I mean, I don't know if he might be saving gas, but I mean, it's very strange for a guy that was running 247s in the previous run. He's running 252s now, like 5 seconds off the pace of his previous lap times. So I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Isaiah has a penalty. He's going to serve that in a couple meters coming up right now. This song is so irritating, bro. I wish I could turn it off. I'm sorry. I am so sorry to everybody watching. .249, 248 for Sexy, so even with the penalty, he is a second faster than T-Bone. But, I mean, he's about 10 seconds apart, and you can barely see him right there. You saw his headlights in the distance, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it, man. He's way too far back. I mean, 10 seconds and about 7 laps. I mean, you have to be running 2 seconds faster than him every lap from this point on. And we might have pit stops coming up in a second. So I don't know. I really don't know. This is going to be tight. I mean, it's possible he might get between 3 seconds. I mean, if he keeps the pace up, but a whole 10-second gap, he's going to have to whiff. And it looks like he's not going as fast as he wants to right now, because it looks like Isaiah is really closing in on the lead. He's about, well, now it's increased. I don't know. It's tough. But Randy running 250s now. He's pretty much out of it. I don't think. I mean, I don't know, unless they're saving gas. I mean, these drivers right here, they've been racing each other the whole time as well. Bubba in P6. Go back up to the leaders. And we're getting closer to the end of this race. Coming to the line, T-Bone will take the lap. He will take the lap to increase it to lap 25, completing lap 24 with 6 laps to go. 6 laps to go, and that's the gap right there. You see it. Is it possible? I mean, and with those lap times, it could be possible. Holy crap. 245 by Isaiah, 248 by T-Bone. I mean, Isaiah's going to have to pray for a miracle or something for this to really be pulled off. But, I mean, you can see the trail right there. Well, not anymore. I thought you were going to even see him. You might see him you might see a slight glimpse of him going over the mountain. Probably right here. Just very, so look at that. That's the gap. I mean, that is a big gap. I mean, as much as I hype it up and be like, yeah, you know, he's really catching him. I mean, it's about a 9-second differential, so that is a lot of a cushion right there. I don't know if he can overcome that. I mean, let's look at these guys. These guys are racing pretty hard, but they've been near each other's throats this whole run. And Randy is still falling off. I mean, these guys may catch him for P3. He might be saving gas because it makes no sense for him to fall off this hard when he has been so good in the rain in the previous run. That's a nice, beautiful paint scheme. But, I mean, Bubba is catching these guys ever so slightly. But that's for the lead. That is a tall order. I mean, Isaiah is running like 3 seconds faster than him on lap time. Oh my goodness. There's that last sector for T-Bone. What is the camera doing? That last sector for T-Bone, that was about a 2:04. Oh, shit. Okay, there we go. That was about a 2:04. .204 compared to a 2:01, and I mean, look at that gap. I mean, that gap is closing. It is certainly closing. I mean, you're gonna see it right here visualized, or not, because he just went into the pits. Okay, 5 laps to go, and I mean, I hope T-Bone. I mean, if Isaiah's doing that, he may have to just pit as well. T-Bone is gonna have to pit. 5 laps to go. Randy's still out there. Steven's still out there. And Bubba and shredding. Bubba fell off. He was P4 a couple laps ago, but unfortunately he's gone to P6. I mean, look at the gap between the whole rest of the field. I mean, my goodness, if you look at the mini map, let's go to P7, which is McLovin, which is pretty much the tail end of this lead pack of these cars in the front, but I mean, the gap between him and David is extreme. Jesus Christ. That just shows you how much the pace has increased between these top 7 drivers compared to the rest of the field. .248.5. And Steven is challenging Randy, and Steven passes Randy for P2. I think Randy's saving gas. There's no way. There's no way that he has lost that much time. And Bubba did not have a good lap time. He's falling off. He is falling off. Steven in P2 now. But I don't know. It might be one more pit stop. Isaiah just pitted. So that could be something. And Steven gets a half-second penalty. That's not good. Randy. I think Randy's saving gas. T-Bone. I mean, the gap is huge now because obviously Isaiah is not right behind him anymore. It's about a 25-second gap. I mean, my goodness. And Steven will serve the penalty. And oh, whoa, over there, they are bumping. Quite unnecessary. He's going to have to serve the penalty anyway, so he's going to relinquish that spot. Now, 1 second from that contact. He's not going to be happy with Randy. And there was a lap down car up in front, and T-Bone will come into the pits. Pokemon and Matthew are a lap down, and T-Bone and them. T-Bone will come in pit. 8 gallons or 8% of gas. Randy, will he come in and pit? No, he stays out. And it looks like that P3 and P4, they will come in and pit. Bubba, let's see what he does. He will come in and pit as well. He has 21%, so he might leapfrog these guys because that's why he was slowing down. He was probably saving gas. So Randy has stayed out. That's the gap right there. I mean, you can see it. 4 laps to go. I mean, Randy stayed out. And that's the gap. I mean, if you're looking at it, yeah, from the onboard from T-Bone, that's the gap. I mean, those little clouds of water that's puffing up, that is the gap between him and Randy. Randy might be saving. I don't know. Like, if he hasn't pitted, I mean, this is going to be crazy if he's able to pull this off. Bubba comes out. He leapfrogs, shredding. Now he's in P6. McLovin did not pit. He was P7 before. They may have been saving gas. Randy, I believe he was saving gas that whole last run. He has 2 lap cars to worry about now. I mean, let's look at this gap right now. I mean, that's him right there. That's Randy. He has 4 laps to go. I mean, does he have fresh tires? I believe he doesn't. Yeah, he does not have fresh tires, so he's going to try to just catch him. But I mean, even on the slot, even in the rain, Randy has been faster than T-Bone when he wasn't saving gas, I believe. And now he's catching up with these lap down cars. It's going to be a big problem right now. Clean pass right there. Goes to the inside of Pokemon. He just lets him go. Let's see, will he pit this time? I mean, he's gained enough of a lead. So if he does run out, I mean, he does not pit. Coming to 3 laps to go. Randy was P3. I think he's going for it. He has to be going for the win, man, because there's no way why you would stay out that long. Three laps to go. Let's look at the pace. I mean, obviously the pace is slower, so we'll take a look at it next lap. We're going to have to look at a sector marker to kind of get a gauge on how fast they're doing. This is going to be a sector marker coming up here. Randy, I mean, wow. If he doesn't come in this time, 47.4. Let's look at the T-Bones. 46.4 AA, so he's gaining on Randy, and he's got 2 lap cars to worry about, though. Let's go on board. Yeah, that's the gap right there. He's closing in, but with 3 laps to go, oh man, this might be a tall task. One car is squirrely off the curb, and that is Matthew, I believe. And Matthew is squirrely all over the track. He's trying to get out of the way of T-Bone. T-Bone is trying to catch Randy. I mean, we're going to have a good indication at the line how big this gap is. There's another lap down car. Who was that? That is Drew. You got a lot of lap down cars. They got to get out of the way. He goes into the pits. He won't be a factor. Let's look at the lap times coming at the finish line right now. We have 2 laps to go. Yeah, he's staying out. He's going for the win. There's no way. 248.855. 247. So he is closing in. He's closing in on Randy, but I mean, shit, it might be a tall task. I mean, you can see the gap right there. No, he's not the first car. That is Pokemon. So, yeah, you see the pink car. I mean, that's the gap. He's holding on. How much fuel does he have? I mean, he still has a white bar, so that's not really in danger of anything. But the gap is growing closer. I mean, he's going to have to hope that he messes up really big time to get any advantage. Because I think he can hold on to this. This is a long lap. I mean, it takes about 3 minutes to get around this place in the rain. And T-Bone is trying to get past Pokemon. That's the gap. See it. Still, it's not red. His fuel tank is not red at all. So he stayed out. He saved gas, and I mean he's reaping these benefits. Isaiah, he's slow. He's in third, but he's not going to gain. I mean, you see that's the gap right there between him and second place. I assume McLovin stayed out because he's still on the track. He hasn't pitted. P5, P6, they're still racing each other, but that's not really, they're kind of separated. Bubba fell off throughout the race. And there's going to be trouble here, and Drew spins out. Oh, there's contact between him and Shredding. That's not going to go well. Let's go back up to the lead, though. Let's look at the gap. Yeah, he's past Pokemon, so it's a clean racetrack. This is the gap right now, 248.7, 248.4. That's not a big chunk into the margin of victory or margin right now, but final lap here. There's a car way off the track. Randy is still in the lead. I mean, that's the gap right there. I mean, I think he's got it. He's going to hold on to this thing, and oh my goodness, with What a crazy strategy. I can't believe he actually might make it. Let's look at the fuel. I mean, it might be red. Yeah, it's fully red, but I can't believe he actually freaking made it. Yeah, I think he has enough. He has enough gas. I mean, and T-Bone himself, he wasn't setting off really fast lap times. Isaiah, he's been cooking, but he's not. It's going to be too little, too late. And he just has this. He just has a couple of straightaways to go, and he's got it. Wow. And a huge upset victory. T-Bone from dominating the whole race to Randy using his brain and intellect instead of his muscle and his prowess in the car to just be able to save enough gas to leapfrog T-Bone. And as he comes into the final corner, Randy is going to pull off a hell of an upset victory that nobody saw coming. And he's going to get it done. I mean, that's the gap right there. He's going to get it done. He's probably ran out of gas right now, but he will get the win. T-Bone second. Isaiah in third. It's going to take a couple minutes for these guys to finish. This is a battle between Steven and Bubba. Bubba, he's closing in, but I don't think it was going to be enough. Yeah, they had a battle, but that's not going to be... He's right there. It's not going to be enough. If he had one more lap, he could have got him, but Steven would come in P5, McLovin P4. And Shredding will come in P7. It's going to take a while for these guys, but this is pretty much going to be the running order. P8, P9, P10. Oh, and they are racing. David and them are racing. And David to the outside. The Retro gets past. Shredding finishes P10 or P7. Justin by himself. I mean, will Retro hold on to get a ninth place finish? Looks like that might be the case unless he screws up this final corner. Justin. He will get P8 from that. Final corner for P8, P9. Yeah, it looks like Retro will get it. Yeah, he will get P9. David P10, and that's pretty much the race. Very interesting race. I mean, look at the strategy that came out, and Randy just came out of nowhere and stole the win. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the finishing results, and that's the results on the right-hand side. See you next week for SRL.